When you wake up to find yourself in sexy pajamas outside, it's the surprise of your nightmares. By the time she got caught, she was under a monster's paw. What a tragic girl. Since then, she seems to hear the servants gossiping from rooms away. She could hear mice munching on the sofa in the attic like a drum. Hilariously, her every move became seductive. Her puzzling antics entranced men, who mistakenly thought she was losing her mind, unaware that 2 vampire bite marks were hiding under her neck. Whenever she needed power, Dracula turned into Satan to squeeze her life force, leaving her in painful screams until the doctors were jolted awake. Lucy, weak as a straw from blood loss, needed constant blood transfusions, like an old car needing fuel. However, this blood disappeared like fairy dust, leaving the young doctors utterly baffled. Professor Van Helsing, with vast experience, delved into science's unexplainables. Soon, Lucy's fangs confirmed his theory. Sure enough, a vampire had arrived, and Lucy was just the unlucky one chosen by Dracula. She needed fresh blood to maintain her youthful beauty so she could meet her reincarnated love. Before the reunion, her life was like a black and white puzzle, but afterwards, it burst into vibrant colors. Dracula greedily stared at the face he hadn't seen in 400 years, and just as Mina was about to disappear from sight, he bumped into her, saying he was still unfamiliar. Let everyone be your tour guide for a day. Mina thought she was just a bored romantic, bluntly reminding her that the map cost only a few cents. She then gracefully walked, but after several streets, he still chased her, a danger sign for a single woman. So she bravely asked back, "Listen, Dracula, are you seeing my husband? Should I call the cops?" "I won't bother you again." Dracula knew she wasn't married, but this comeback made Mina believe he was just a suitor, and she felt sorry for her own strength. Dracula seized the moment to introduce himself as a prince from Romania, satisfying Mina's vanity. In this industrial age, though Dracula had his hands clenched, he suppressed his urge to pull her in, fearing he might scare her off. They arrived at a newly opened cinema, where an explicit film was playing, and Mina awkwardly excused herself, but Dracula clearly wasn't going to let. He gazed into Mina's eyes, casting a spell, and fragments of past life memories flooded his mind. Mina felt panic. She just met this man, yet he felt so familiar. "Oh my god. Who are you?" "I know you," Dracula confessed passionately. "I crossed vast oceans to tame." Before he finished, his thirst surged like a fountain, and she struggled, determined not to drag her beloved into darkness. He wisely sent Mina home, for Dracula's wooing methods were anything but noble. What a shame. The next time they met, she slipped a love potion into Mina's drink. Mina asked about her hometown, unaware that Dracula's home was right. Dracula gazed at her enchanting face, telling her it's the most beautiful place in the world. Mina didn't grasp his romantic words, but ancient memories flashed in. In a blur, she saw a woman's face, and as it gradually became clear, she couldn't help but gasp. It was her own face. Distant doors flashed, and she shed tears for that tragic love. Dracula, heartbroken, wiped them away. He turned her tears into diamonds to express his deep feelings, and faced with such a storied gentleman, Mina had unknowingly fallen for him. However, she had no idea her fiancé Jonathan was facing his own trials at the moment. Dracula had 3 demonesses trap her in his castle, where they feasted on her blood daily. It felt like a dramatic life show. Each day felt like a last, but dire circumstances didn't crush her hope, for her lover waited far away. She repeatedly escaped and was caught, until she fell into the moat while escaping, where flames took her from the cursed land. With willpower, she entered a monastery, then wrote to Mina upon waking, inviting her to marry at the church. Now, Mina clearly had feelings for Dracula. Subscribe to our channel.